What's going on, guys? King Raven here, and I'm bringing you another video that I would like to talk to you about, referring to EDC in a wheelchair. Before we get into it, let's do a wrist check. This is the Zelos Black Tip, one of the big dogs in my collection, in my opinion. Love this watch, very beautiful, wears excellent. It's very thin. I don't have real big wrists, so this thing sits on me and wears and everything very comfortably. So it is one of my favorite watches, and I cannot highly recommend it more than I do. It was a limited edition run, so you'll probably have to find it on the secondhand market, and I know the prices can be, you know, iffy if you do that. They definitely go up, but it is an excellent watch. So if you can grab one at a decent price, I highly recommend that you do. What I want to talk to you about today is concealed carry. I'm 42 years old. I have been a concealed carry permit holder since I was 21 years old. I've been doing this for 21 years. Becoming a double amputee in March of this year was not going to stop me from concealed carrying. It is something that I enjoy to do. It's something that I've always believed in doing, and I've always tried to get other people to carry because it is our constitutional rights, and I won't get too much into that, but it is very important. And sometimes you have to be the responder first. The police cannot be everywhere. But without getting into, let's get back into the situation with actual concealed carrying in a wheelchair. I used to conceal carry inside the waistband at 4 o'clock. In a wheelchair, that's very difficult. It's stuck back here. You basically would be sitting on it. It'd be pinching up against the back of the chair. Not very comfortable, hard to get to. I imagine you could probably appendix carry still if you have to bend over and transferring in and out of vehicles and stuff like that. That would not be a very comfortable type of situation. So I have a couple of different methods that I have adapted since I've been in a wheelchair. I want to talk to you about one of them today, and I can go over others in future videos. The one I want to talk to you about today is what I consider, what I call my pocket carry, my small gun. Okay, so the gun in question that I'm carrying is a Glock 42 in 380 ACP. I will tell you some of the stuff that I like about it. I will tell you some of the stuff that I don't like about it. So, before we get into it, this gun has been safety checked and is unloaded. Glock 380 Model 42 is a very slim, very lightweight, very easy to conceal firearm. That brings to the benefit of how I carry is in a pocket slip. So this gun rests easily in a pocket slip. Well, I'm not actually carrying inside a pocket. I take this and just imagine here's the cushion of my wheelchair. Here would be my nub. I slide it in sideways underneath my nub, so it's between the cushion of the wheelchair and my nub. My nub conceals it, it's covered up, but if I need to, I can easily reach underneath my nub, slide it out like that. very easy to get to, very quick, very accessible. And since it's so small, that's one of the pros about it. Since it's so small and compact, it rides real easy underneath that nub in between the cushion of the wheelchair and my nub. So it's not uncomfortable, it's not sticking up tall and different stuff like that. It's easy to get to, it's accessible. The way I run mine is I have replaced the front sight with a night sight. Still run the basic white box rear. So in low light conditions, I have that bright dot that's in the front. Put the dot on your target, pull the trigger and everything. That is one of the benefits of having night sights. I prefer that type of setup. The 3 dot in the back or the 2 dots in the back and 1 in the front is fine and everything, it works. It's just not my preference. But I also run Talon grips. I highly recommend Talon grips, especially on small guns, because this rubberized texture gives you a really good solid purchase. And with that being said, the magazines that have the little lip extension, I can get a really, really good grip. I can get a full grip with the flush fit mags, but that pinky is right there, right on the edge. So I do prefer the ones with that little bit of a lip extension that just helps for that more full grip on such a small gun. So, some of the stuff I like about it: small, concealed carry, very easy, very lightweight, very reliable Glock, and I can carry it very easily in a pocket slip. Some of the negatives: the biggest one, right off the bat, 380 ACP. 380 is still a good defensive caliber, especially if you carry hollow points like I do. These happen to be some of my Hornady hollow points, but there are other hollow points like Federal HST, Sig V Crown, several others that are really good. This happens to just be what I'm carrying in this one. It's some Hornady hollow points. I highly recommend that if you do carry a 380, you do carry a good defensive ammunition. It does make this a more viable defensive solution. This is my only 380. I'm a 9mm guy. I have 145 ACP, one 380, a 9x18 Makarov. The rest of mine are your regular standard 9mm by 19 Luger firearms. Your classic 9mm. That is the bread and butter of what I like to carry. Mainly, which brings us to my next drawback on this, is because I believe round count is king. The more rounds that you can carry, the better. So this one, you're limited to 6 in the mag, 1 in the chamber, so 7 rounds. They do make it extended, so you can carry more in the mag, but when you're talking about carrying underneath the nub, the length of the mag then starts to become in question. So, if you're going to do that, you might as well just carry a bigger firearm different ways, which I will get into other ways that you can carry larger firearms in other videos. This one, I bought the Glock 42 before the Glock 43 was even talked about. Wish this was a 43. I could use it in a very similar way. Wouldn't have to change anything, still pocket slip, stuff like that, and it would be a 9mm. I have not gotten a 43 yet because I already had this one, and I've used my money into other guns and investments and stuff. So, still plan on getting a 43, but for right now, my 42 feels that role. That's the drawbacks: round count and the caliber. I wish it was 9mm, and I wish that I was able to carry more rounds. That's why I do carry 2 backup magazines in a double mag pouch, similar material to this. They just slide in and everything, like a sticky holster. I carry 2, so that does at least give me 12 extra rounds plus the 7 that's here when I'm carrying this. Is it the best type of situation? No, but it's okay for a pocket carry. I consider this like a revolver style alternative. Well, why do I feel like you should conceal carry? In a wheelchair, you have a big target on your back. People think you are more vulnerable because you can't run away easily. You can't, in their eyes, defend yourself as easily. You are limited on what you can do, your reach. They have to be up on you and everything before you can really do stuff, which brings extra danger onto yourself. I will not go out without one of my guns. I didn't beforehand. I won't now because of that easy target of opportunity. And with at least me, I'm going to make it to where they might think I'm an easy target, but they might be drastically wrong. I hope I never have to get in that type of situation, but if you're ever in a type of that situation, you gotta be ready because the cops can't be everywhere. I have a brother who is a lieutenant on the local police department. I love our police officers. I support our police officers, but they cannot be everywhere. Sometimes you've got to respond first, so you need to be prepared to do so. If you like this type of video, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell me down in the comments what you think. What do you think about this type of situation? What do you think about concealed carrying in a wheelchair? I'd love to hear. Follow me on Instagram. It's Shield Arms. And I'll see you in the next one.